All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm so excited about tonight's call.
I'm going to share this with your Wi-Fi.
All right, guys, make sure you mute your phones, please, when you're coming in.
I'm thinking about looking at different places.
Amber, can you mute your phone, hon? Okay, perfect. I'll just mute it. Okay. All right, guys, make sure when you guys come in, you're muting yourselves because we're just getting a little bit of feedback. But welcome, everybody, to tonight's call. I'm really, really, really excited about our special guest. She is such an incredible leader, a great friend of mine. She's such a sweet person, has so much joy, loves everybody. I just want to have the ounce of love that she has. And I'm just really excited because she has truly, 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 she's got a story to tell you guys. So without further ado, Jezel, take it away. I'm giving you the floor and you do whatever what God leads you to do. So welcome and thank you so much for being on. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you, sis. I have to say, I was so excited. I've been asked to speak a couple of times, and this one was like, oh, I can't believe you asked me to, because I just love and admire you. God put you in my life even before we were on the same team, and Ronnie loving us, and I just think that is very strategic. But I'm so excited. Thank you for having me. You know, I was kind of contemplating where to start, and I decided to start on why I started It Works, because I think it will speak volumes to my story and my passion and why I'm so excited. And, you know, the things that I'll share with you tonight, I honestly didn't know back then, you know, God's plan. But I remember I knew nothing about It Works. I was invited by a neighbor, and she asked me if I wanted to model a wrap. And, you know, it's funny because now that I say that, model a wrap, it sounds so like prestige, like, yeah, you want me to model a wrap, you know, so I use that. But of course I didn't know that that was the method, you know, then. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll model a wrap, but I have to bring my daughter because I only have one daughter, and Anissa is everything to me. We're best friends. So we went, and I remember saying, you know, don't ask me to buy anything, Anissa. I'm not bringing a wallet. And, we went. What was so crazy is I wrapped, Anissa wrapped, and we were sitting there, and it's like maybe like 20, 25 minutes, and Anissa leans over and says, Mommy, you know, it's so weird. When I got here, my back was hurting, and like the pain has dissipated. And I was like, really? Well, remember, I knew nothing about the products, and so they saw us whispering. And, you know, kind of we said what was going on, and we learned it had an anti-inflammatory ingredient. And the reason this was so big for us is because Anissa and I both have systemic lupus. And so, you know, we suffer in a lot of areas. But, you know, Anissa said God just spoke to her heart, and she leaned over and said, Mommy, you have to help people with this. Because if you know, of course, they asked, do you want to join? And she was like, Mommy, you have to help people with this. Like, this didn't just happen for nothing. So, and initially my reason was for Anissa. It was also, you know, to have extra $200 so that I didn't have to take out of the budget, so we could have our spa days, you know, the only girls in the family. And then God just showed me why I was in the business. But I moved very quickly. The person that I was, and actually we're still friends to this day. She's still my neighbor. She's not in the It Works business anymore, but she was a Ruby at the time. And she stayed Ruby. And I made Diamond in a month and a half. I remember I needed 2,497 in volume, and I needed it in 2 days. And so if anybody knows me, it's like when I put my mind to something, I'm just like, Jezel, you have to get this done. Like a $10,000 bonus was on the line. But now I know that it was, you know, I was, there's a reason that, you know, a chart has more boxes than one, and that's because it's to be meant to be done together. And it doesn't mean that, your work has to be contingent solely on what somebody else does, but that's why it's very important for you to business and partner with people that have the same vision as you. They may not work the same, and that's okay because everybody's different. But I got the volume, guys. I remember this was a huge lesson for me, and this is something that I do take in my business. I remember I needed 11 it packs, because they were it packs at the time, it packs and 8 skinny packs. And with that in mind, I knew how much volume I needed. And so these little, green orders were not going to do it. And I remember telling nobody that I needed a bonus. I didn't share that. I didn't share with anybody why I needed it. I just shared. Another thing that it taught me was that we're not a pyramid scheme. The person that enrolled me stayed at the level that she did, and I surpassed. I was ready to rock and roll and go. I remember asking God, what am I good at? I'm really not good at anything. I feel, God, I feel like I'm just a mother and a wife, which being a mother and a wife is everything. It's so much. But my worth, I was very, very broken at that time in my life. So I didn't see my worth. And so I remember asking him that, what am I good at? And I was good at this. I was good because I am a lover. I love love. I love people. And if I could help anyone, that was what I wanted to do. But more so, getting that $10,000 bonus was awesome. Well, unfortunately, 3 months later, I lost the rank. And why did I lose the rank? Because there was no solid ground. It's funny because God spoke to me today. I've shared this story, and it just came to me today that it's not only in the working that you do, it's how you work. Because I worked hard, but I did it not in obedience. I did it so that I had a goal in mind, and I was so desperate, guys. I just partnered with anyone, and now I know that I'm worthy, and it's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to make sure that they're ready, and it benefits me and protects the other person too. So I crumbled. I had nothing of foundation. I was so exhausted. Although I was very persistent and consistent and excited, I was an excited, broken person. Like I was already dealing with things in my life, and then I'm like, okay, Lord, why am I losing this? What happened? I worked so hard. And now I see the answer. At that time I couldn't. I'm just like, I worked so hard. And it's like, Jezel, you did it your way. You did it in desperation. You did it just for a rank. You did it just for a bonus. And you didn't see my vision and what I really introduced you to the business for. So I leave that team, okay? Without going into, because it really doesn't matter, but there was just a lot of messiness, and I don't do messiness. And I learned now, you're going to have people hate on you, and it's really because those people are broken, and I learned to love and pray for them, because everything is God's plan. So I want you to know, it's so crazy. I've known Ronnie since she was a Ruby. I have been friends with all of Ronnie's team, but I never picked on Ronnie for business info. I never did that, because I know for some reason I just felt like everybody was doing that to her. I genuinely love her as a person. She is such an amazing person and took me in so many times, even when I wasn't on her team. But I signed with somebody else. And to fast forward, well, before I fast forward, I made diamond again, got the $10,000 bonus, but I did it alone again. And while fast forward, Anissa's in the hospital with kidney failure, and I get a call that these people that I signed with are quitting. And my first thought was, there's no way I'm leaving It Works. Like, I know that God has blessed me with this company, because he must have given me this mouth to talk so much, because this is what I'm good at. Because I've been made fun of it for my whole life. Like, Jezel, you talk too much. You talk to everybody. I'll go to the mall. The kids are like, Mommy, you know everybody. So I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm going to use with what you gave me. And I remember the kids saying, Mommy, I could never imagine you talking about anything else but it works. Like, you are the it works girl. And it's so funny, guys, because even through, I had a separation from my husband for 2 years. Through my daughter's kidney failure, through being sick, through being so broken and finally surrendering my life to God and allowing him to heal. Oh my goodness, it just turned my life around. I was consistent and I hung on to this business because you want to know, I prayed and I heard God that, Jezel, this is your purpose. This is my purpose for you in life. And it wasn't necessarily it works, but it was to serve and help people. And this was the vehicle. So I called Ronnie and I said, sis, I'm ready. And she's like, okay. And I swear, if I probably would have done it sooner than that, she would have wanted to throw me out the window because she would have been like, Jezel, I can't deal with you. She's loving and raw all at the same time. But you want to know, so crazy, Ronnie believed in me the entire time, even when I didn't believe in myself. It's almost like God had her waiting. I didn't know she was waiting. And, everybody counted me out when she counted me in. So now I'm in a position of a waiting period. And, I joined the Millionaires Academy and I knew that I was going to promote. But this is the thing, guys. I'm from New York, huge city, right? I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, very small. They don't think so, but it is. And I want you to know, the first time I made diamond, no warm market. The second time, no warm market. The third time, no warm market. Not one person, a customer or DT, is a family member of mine. Not one. When you want to do something and you know your purpose, you will work it because you know that God is working for you. And the difference, I believe the difference is that I really believed in myself this time. Did I know that I could do it? Yes, I did it twice. But did I really believe that I could do it and I was worthy of being a leader? Because I can honestly say I was a great distributor. I was a great enroller, but I was not a good leader, because you should be able to build and do this together. You should want to do it together, because serving is the way to success. And sis, that's your motto too, always. But where the difference came in is, I really had to set my mind to, Jezel, people are going to talk about you. They're either going to say, I cannot believe this girl is going for diamond again, or they're going to say, what did she not do right? And my turning point was when I surrendered and found my worth in Christ. It doesn't come from my husband. It doesn't come from my kids. It doesn't come from any of those people that say no. And I believe that that's why I'm so bold, because there is no that is greater than what God has done in my life. I'm so appreciative and thankful for him saving me. So every day I wake up with the passion of, I honestly don't have the nerve. I usually use another word, but I'm not going to use it. I don't have the nerve to say no to him. And every time I don't open my mouth and share my business, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm saying no to every blessing that he's given me, because I'm so humbled and just so honored to be able to be in a position where, guys, you are really changing people's lives. People that are in severe debt where it causes depression, abused women that need money because they need to get out of the situation, people that don't feel like they're good at anything, and that's where my passion comes from. The third time, there's one thing that probably I've done consistently, and that's sacrifice. I'm up before anybody. I go to sleep after everybody. And I'm just so excited about what God's doing. For the first time I made diamond, and I was diamond 2 weeks in, guys. I made diamond 2 weeks into the month. That had never happened to me, because it is not about a rank. Do you know that so many people, Ronnie, she made her ranks. She didn't have a bonus. There are so many presidentials and ambassadors that have gone, and the bonus is not the focus. When you come into this business, and it's so important that you know this, so that when you are welcoming a new loyal customer or distributor, this is what you know. When you are worthy and when you invest in yourself, it's going to show through everything that you say and do. And in turn, they are going to see that. Even if you don't say it, they're going to see it in what you do. And from the minute that you join, or anyone else joins, guess what? You're a leader. You don't need people under you to be a leader. You are your own team from day one. Because if you think about it, what you're going to do is your first goal is going to be to get 6 loyal customers or more and get distributors, right? Even if you don't have distributors, when you do get distributors, what's still your goal? It's still the same steps to success. Get loyals and get distributors. Nothing changes, except now you have people to stay up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning and have fun with. I try to tell my team that, so I kind of coerce them into thinking that it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But and it's in, one of the things that I was delivered from, and I think that we are all guilty of it, and anything that I share with you, it's because I've been through it. I was busyness, and busyness is a tactic of the enemy. You can say you're going to do something all day long, but if it is not showing up and you are not walking in it, it means nothing. I was so wrapped up in perfection, and now my walk is of excellence, because in excellence, you're going to make sure that you do the best to your ability, but no one is perfect. So I literally would sit there, guys, on the phone. And I think even when I've gotten better at this, sis, wouldn't you say? Even when I joined Ronnie, like, they had to talk to me all the time. Like, Ronnie, tell me, get off my line right now and go do it. I don't want to hear, but they loved me through it. I had to pray. I would literally sit there, guys, and spend 5 hours on one picture, one post. And by the time you know it, it was like 5 hours later and I had posted nothing. Guess what? Those 5 hours, I could have changed 5 lives. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't happen. And for me, I'm going to share some of the things that, first of all, I will say, and I'm sure that TC teaches you this because we both learn from the best. Mm-hmm. You do not have a business without consistency. I can honestly say, and you can go and check me if you want, I have never, ever missed a day of posting. Even when I lived in the hospital, even when my daughter was in kidney failure, I never, ever did. Do you want to know, guys? Even through my separation, I never, ever did, because this business was all I hung on to, because I knew that it changed my life and I knew that it could change others. So it was not a business for me. It's a lifestyle. I do eat, breathe, sleep, and love It Works, but it's because it's intertwined in my life. It doesn't mean that I don't go to the pool with my son. It doesn't mean that I don't assist my 2 in college because they swear I'm their assistant. It doesn't mean that I don't cook dinner every night. It means that it's a part of my lifestyle. And when you can make it a part of your lifestyle, you're going to wake up in excitement and you're going to want to do the things that are going to be income producing activities for your business. There's not a day, I promise I'm being truthful with you, sis, there's not a day that oh my God, your hair is so long. TC, your hair is so long.
Like, whose hair?
Yours.
Don't worry, I'm getting it cut Sunday.
I love it like that. Okay, sorry guys, let's focus. Oh, okay. No, it looks
hair, skin, and nails.
Okay, I'm so sorry. So, you're going to want to. I swear there's a day that I don't go to sleep that I have not shared my business. I talk to somebody about something of my business every single day. My son could vouch for it. He probably can be the best distributor ever. He hears me everywhere. And there are some things that I decided the reason that it's working. And number one is, Jezel, no matter what is happening in your life, no matter what, you have to love yourself enough and invest in yourself enough to not let yourself down. Because if you cannot trust yourself, how do you expect anybody else to trust you? So your word is all you have. That is huge. That is huge. And I'll be very transparent with you guys. When I was broken and I was the worst people pleaser I could still love people, but I could still love me too, right? Because if you don't love yourself, you don't love people accurately. So you're smiling because you know that I went through this. So when you are that kind of people pleaser and you're addicted, you become somebody that you don't want to become. Believe it or not, you become a liar because you never want to let somebody down. So even if you're not going to do something, you say you're going to do it because you don't want to hurt that person's feelings. But the reality is this is who you become. So transparency is the path to healing, and in healing is joy and peace. And when you can be transparent and walk in that, people are going to be interested in that, because you have to remember that people don't buy a product. They don't buy into this company. They buy into you. One of the number one things that changed my business was when Ronnie said, Jezel, you are going to learn. First of all, I had to unlearn everything to learn again, because me making Diamond Twice did not make me a sufficient leader. It did not make me know everything. It just made it that I filled boxes, I knew how to, and I made Diamond Twice. So I had to unlearn to learn. And one of the things she said was, Jezel, you need to brand yourself. You need to show people who Jezel is. And it just so happens that in that I am endorsing It Works products. And that's exactly what I do. My passion comes from being off of medicine for 4+ years because of It Works products. My daughter was almost bald and shedding, through her illness, and hair, skin, and nails rejuvenated and restored, so this is where my passion comes from. I say this because you have to know your why. So number one is to pray intentionally so that you may know your purpose, so that when you're walking in that purpose, you are number one to yourself, and you are committed to yourself and invested in yourself first. Because, you could be the best professional, I'm going to do it, and you never do it. And if you never do it, then you don't sow seeds, you don't see anything planted. Okay. I mean, you don't see anything. What you don't sow, you don't reap. Okay. So it's very easy to talk, but you have to strategize in order to act. Every day I'm intentional. Every day, even if I know I don't have to go out of the house, I make it out of the house at least 3 times a week. I go, if I don't have to go shopping, I still go into Walmart or walk around or go into Starbucks or go into Panera Bread and sit there. I know the girl in Starbucks, and even though I know her and I know she probably knows I'm an It Works distributor because I share the business, I still talk about it every single time, because that may be the day that she says, you know what do you have? Because a first no is not a no forever. And my motto personally is, unless they tell me don't ever, Jezel, in life, like an order of protection ever, contact me, I'm going to contact you. Believe it or not, there's gratefulness in that. People are appreciative that you don't forget them. So I wanted to share with you, I wanted to make sure that I got this out, because if anyone is struggling with how are you successful and what do you do in a day, which is what I get a lot of the times. I'm studying algorithm right now, and it is so interesting, guys. Staying consistent is number one, but the things that I have learned, one of the things is, if you post less than 2 times a day on your social media, you might as well not even run a business. I was like, wow. If you post less than 2 times, you might as well not even run a business. The other thing I learned is posting between 6:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. AM, sorry, 6:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. is one of the best times, because And this coincided with what Ronnie teaches us already. Your inspirational post, your lifestyle post, and your product post. And in the morning, you know, most of the time, everyone in the world is probably waking up with their phone. Even if they're not checking their Facebook or checking their Instagram, they're maybe turning off their alarm, because nobody really uses alarms anymore. And what they do is they get distracted and they go to Facebook. And what they're going to do is scroll. And while they're scrolling so miserably, not wanting to get out of bed, what they're looking for is something interesting or something motivating. And so when they see your motivating post, what they're going to remember, just like me, if I went to TC's page, I already know what kind of person, the way that TC loves, from what I can see from her page. Okay. It doesn't mean that somebody that doesn't know her personally knows the very ins to her. I mean, I do, because I'm a close friend of hers, but I know that if I need comfort, I can go to TC's page and find comfort. Do you understand how that makes TC memorable? You want to be memorable. You want them to notice that you have something that they need. Because if they notice that you have something that they need in something like that, then when you offer a product or you offer something that is working for you, guess what you've now done? You've established trust. And this is all about trust.
Yeah.
It's so true. The other thing is, whether you're good at Facebook or Instagram, utilize both. Okay. It doesn't mean that you're going to be so amazing at one and not amazing at the other, but there's different audiences. One of the things I learned is after 11 o'clock, and what I'm going to say next is probably going to be like 11 o'clock is 11 to like 1 in the morning is Instagram. Like, it's popping in Instagram because it's a lot of young people. But do you know that young people talk to their parents? So you can't just look at it as, well, this is a young crowd. I really you know what I'm saying? Communication, it's the telephone game. Everybody talks to somebody that talks to somebody that talks to somebody. So don't restrict yourself in playing the guessing game on who you think is going to be attracted to your business, or you for that matter. Okay. You know, my kids are young and a lot of their friends follow me. They follow me really mostly for inspiration, but I have gotten a few customers off of Anissa's friends because they're like, Anissa's hair's like that? Oh, I need that. You know what I'm saying? And they would have never known if I would not have been on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, one of the other great times to post is 9 o'clock p.m. The way they explained this was so awesome. Imagine a single mom putting her kids to bed. After that, thinking about all the bills that she needs to pay, thinking about which ones she cannot pay, thinking about who she has to borrow from Peter to pay Paul. And she says, you know what, just forget it. I'm going to go on Facebook for entertainment. And your post, Crystal, is the one that she sees. And and Crystal's post is about opportunity, or how this business has changed Crystal's life. And she's like, oh my God, I didn't know there was another way. You could be the answer to somebody's prayers and you don't even know they're praying for that. This is the thing. If you go to bed at 8:30 at night, then guess what? Change and adapt. Stay up 30 minutes later. It is sacrifice. If you are not sacrificing something, you are not working hard enough, because this is not going to be easy. You know, it's just like in any 9 to 5 or a job that you go to. If your boss tells you that, you know, you usually go to work from 9 to 5, well, Jezel, this week you're in training, so you have to be there at 7 in the morning. You're not going to tell them you can't come in at 7 in the morning, because you're not going to get paid. So you have to adjust and change. If you are not sacrificing something, or even more than something, you're not working hard enough, because you don't want it badly enough. You have to want it as badly as you can breathe. And the way that you're going to want it as badly as you can breathe is when you have products that keep you med-free for 4+ years. When you have products that you know work on you, that will work on others. When you have a business that can change somebody's life, guys, $500 can keep somebody out of foreclosure. Okay. $500 can feed a family. I mean, it's expensive. So when you think along those lines of changing somebody's life, you're going to want to work harder, because you know that in reality, you're working for what God wants you to do. You know, you're working in his purpose, and you're not going to have the nerve. If he was standing right there and he's asking you, Jezel, I mean, you like passed 10 people. What are you doing? Well, you know, I was kind of like, I know that I need to do it, but I don't know, I'll just do the next 5. Really? Because the 5 times that you needed me, I was there for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I gave you this opportunity, and you're wasting it. Those 10 people needed you, and you let them pass you by. Well, how about if they really didn't need me? Well, you will never know, because you didn't talk to them. There's nothing dramatic that they can say to you that's going to alter who you are, because you know who you are. You have to be so secure in who you are that you cannot be ashamed. Those people are not going to pay your bills. Those people are not going to be the ones that say that you could be in the hospital with your daughter for 2 months when she's in kidney failure. Those people are not going to be the ones to pay your bills. Believe it or not, it's kind of like when you approach a dog and you think the dog is afraid of you, you're afraid of the dog, but believe it or not, the dog's afraid of you. We put a lot of this fear in us, and we allow the enemy to keep us there. It is the fear of going out there and doing it. If you have already said that you are going to go live for the last 2 weeks and you haven't gone live, guess what? You are in the same position that you were. You have not even tried it. You have to get over that, because everything amazing is on the other side of fear. Can you imagine if your issue that you had, if Jesus came and said, God, oh my goodness, like, TC, I think this is too hard for me to do for you. Like, I'm just like too fearful to do it. He never does that to us. He has us, but it goes all the way back to your worth and knowing that you are worthy of so much more. And you have to remember your why. So you're going to do these kinds of things. The other thing on algorithm, I know I went left, but I'm coming back right. The other thing on algorithm that I thought was so important, and this was really hard for me, guys, because when I get excited about something, I want to post it. Okay, so suppose you post something at 8 in the morning and TC's on my Facebook. What Facebook is going to do is say, let me see what I want TC to see of Jezel's, right? If I post at 8 o'clock and I post at 9 in the morning, what Facebook is going to do is Facebook is going to say, let me choose now what I choose to show TC. Well, I don't want them to do that. I want TC to see both of my posts because they're important. So the way that you do that is rule of thumb. And I did this, guys, to see if it would work and what was being taught really happened. 90 minutes apart is rule of thumb. So if you really, really, really want to say something, and of course there's exceptions to the rule, but if you really, because what you're doing is you're competing against yourself. You're competing against yourself. And there is such thing as overposting. You can ruin your business by overposting. You understand? And let me tell you why. I didn't really understand that, because it becomes not thoughtful. Look, said it. Jezel's just putting anything on there to get a sale. Jezel's just putting anything on there just because. When you really think about it and thoughtful and allow somebody to absorb and learn about you, it's going to create more success for you. So those were like awesome things in algorithm that I actually like did it to see if it would work, and it worked. I'm looking here. Oh, another thing that changed my business was a power hour. Oh my goodness, did it change my business? And let me tell you why. Because I was somebody of busyness, I set and I shared this, sis, I shared this, well, they could have been on, but I shared it on Ronnie's when I did the Zoom for Ronnie one time. So I can send you the video. But if you set your alarm, your phone alarm for 6 minutes, it's 6-minute intervals. So again, if you're having an issue with action and you have a great plan. You have a great plan. Everybody has a great plan to be a millionaire, but how are you going to become a millionaire is the question, right? What are you going to do to get there? So we all have great plans, but this power hour was awesome because it structured you. Like, I could not be on my phone to check messages, to respond. It solely was relationship building. It was, relationship building on Facebook, relationship building in your inbox, relationship building on Instagram, knowing that just a like is kind of just a high five and a comment is a hug. Like, I really care about you. And guys, all people want to do is be loved. Honestly, they want to be loved. They want to be recognized. They want to know that, like, I'm not just another sale. I'm not just another box. There's so many broken people that are hurting, and I know you're probably thinking, Jezel, what does that have anything to do with our business? But it has everything to do with our business. Everything. We have the opportunity that other people don't have. We have the opportunity to literally change lives. And think about it. The people that you're helping are people that are overweight, confianza, stressed, depressed, addicted, abused. I mean, think about it. How could that not have anything to do with our business? It has everything to do with our business. It's a mindset, though. So when you look at it that way, that's the way that you will work it. Okay. The other thing is being committed. I can honestly say, and TC can vouch for me on this, I have never missed a Zoom of Ronnie's since I've joined her.
She's the first one on there.
Yes, I am, because it fills up quick and I'm not about to be left out. But I don't. The only way that you can fail is not showing up. And when you show up, you go up, I mean, I would be crazy not to tune in to someone that has as much knowledge and experience as Ronnie, and she's willing to share it with us. You would be crazy not to tune into someone like your leader, TC, that sits right-hand side to the person that teaches us every day. I mean, believe it or not, guys, you are really blessed. I mean, you have more insight than a lot of people do. TC sits with her every single day. She sees it firsthand. And, TC is awesome at wanting to learn. And that's another thing, it's okay to say that you need people in the sense to learn and grow. You don't want to say, I've gotten here alone. I am so excited to say that I have a team now to work with. You surround yourself with people smarter than you. Do not get caught up in that cattiness of competition and just being ugly. It will weigh you down and it will ruin things. It's why I was like ugly cry on Saturday and embarrassed myself, because I was like, we need to get it together. I was so frustrated. So for whoever saw that video, I'm like, oh my God, I have the ugliest cry ever. But God showed me and was like, get it together, Jezel. TC knew what I was going through, but he was like, Jezel, get it together. Like, this is way beyond you. You need to get out of your feelings. And I'm like, I know, but I just want people to love each other. Why can't they love each other? I'm like, why do we have to be? The only one that you have to be worried about being better than is yourself from yesterday. Because when you know better, you do better. And more than anything, knowing that you need better is courageous. It's courageous. Guys, I made diamond 3 times with no warm market. Do you understand that? I made diamond 3 times with no family member support.
Hello.
My daughter is now a loyal customer, and that's just because she's too impatient to wait to come to Tulsa to get her products. But, and I want you to know, those same family members that don't support me will take a free greens from me in a hot minute, okay? I don't know why they're not a loyal customer, but I don't have time to worry about that because I have 10,000 more lives to change. I know that it's working for me, and my purpose, they didn't give me my purpose, God did. So my walk has to be in that, but commit to yourself. Again, it's back to investing and loving yourself. Look, guys, we have the same 24 hours in the day. I'm not going to say that every Thursday that I show up for those Zooms, I didn't have something else to do, but it's sacrifice. And you have to show up. You have to commit to yourself, because the reality is, and this is not to be cruel, people are going to die. People are going to get sick. Things are going to happen in life. But the same way that you can't quit your 9 to 5 and tell your boss, hey, you know what? I'm not showing up, but I still want you to pay me. You have to love yourself enough to do it for yourself and show up here. Do it. The midday Mondays. I mean, those are gifts. The Tuesday webinars, if you are not using those, guys, they do all the work for us. They are amazing. And I'm telling you right now, I know this firsthand. No other team is like Millionaires Academy.
No.
I am telling you, nothing. I know this firsthand. The training that we have, it blows my mind. Like, you literally cannot fail unless you do nothing.
We're spoiled.
Yes, exactly. And if things are not working for you, reevaluate what you are doing. Yes, exactly. If things are not working for you, reevaluate what you're doing. Really be truthful with yourself, guys. You know, are you talking more than you're walking? Do you have all the right idea, but nothing is manifesting because you're not planting seeds? Have you spoken? First of all, what you need to do, and I have to get this out, is go for the no, okay? Go for the no. If you need a little pep talk, call TC, call me, because nobody's no is greater than his yes. And if you want to do this for your why and your purpose, you know, for your kids and your family, you can't let some little pipsqueak tell you no and then you just give up. You can't give somebody that much power. You need to go in your inbox. You need to go from A to Z. I do this regularly. It's all in what you say, guys. There is power in the tongue, right? He gives us the authority. He gives us that allowance to walk in his authority. Do that. Be strong. When you go into those inboxes, there are probably people that said, oh yeah, next week. Go look for those people. Remind them that they said next week. Don't be scared. Also, when someone comes to you, don't settle for one thing that they want to purchase, okay? You have to think bigger than what they are, because you teach people how to treat you, right? So you're also going to teach them what they don't know. You know, most of these people, believe it or not, only know us for the crazy rap thing. They don't know that we have 30 plus amazing products, okay? So if somebody comes to you and says, hey, Crystal, I'm interested in HSN. Okay, that's great. You're still going to ask them, what is your goal? Because if their goal is to gain energy, grow their hair, and lose weight, well, honey, you're going to need more than HSN. So let me tell you what you need. And most of the time, people are like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that. You know, that is how you create the volume. Do not shorthand yourself. Don't short yourself. Do not buy out of somebody's pocket. Do not assume that just because someone is a single, or don't assume because someone is driving not a car that you think that they would be doing well at income wise, because there's people out there driving Land Rovers that can't afford Land Rovers, okay? And probably are not paying 4 bills in order to have this car. So you cannot buy out of somebody's pocket. You set your tone. Remember the purpose that God has for you. Remember that. Do your job, and your job is to share. Your job and your purpose is to share and change. A lot of people don't understand what change is, and we have the ability and the opportunity to help somebody in that change. So this, oh my God, I wrote notes. Hold on, because I know I'm talking a lot, but I have to say all this. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, that would be good if you have questions.
Go to the chat and put your questions in. Now it's time to pick Jezel's brain. This girl, let me just tell you, she works I don't even know when she sleeps. When I talk to her, I'm like, do you get rest? Did you sleep today? Did you take a nap? Did you, what time did you go to bed? 4:00 in the morning and you woke up at 6 a.m.?
How do you would take a nap if you could, sis?
Yes, I would take lots of them.
Do I'm just so excited. I'm just like, I can't waste an hour or a minute. And there's just when I remember what God has done for me, I'm just so appreciative. I'm like, okay, Lord, I just gotta, in your will, do all I can to help serve and change people's lives. So yeah, pick my brain, ask me whatever you need.
Come on, guys, don't be shy. Seriously, don't go off of this call and into her inbox because she's gonna let me know. Seriously, I mean, just
The question.
Crystal, you have a question?
She looks like she's unmuting.
Can you type in the chat?
Oh, she's trying to talk.
Can't hear you.
Where? Okay, sorry. Where do I ask the question? I was like, I don't know where to type it, in Boxer or where? It doesn't
No, it's
show me.
okay. In chat, but you can ask now. Go ahead.
Okay, well, what I missed the part. I had kid interference and a meltdown. But what did you say about the power hour?
Oh, okay.
What did you do?
I'm gonna send you in fact, you know what? I'll put it in our 90-day dream. Are you in the
Yes.
90?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in there, but it is amazing, Crystal. And I do step by step, but what you're gonna do is structure yourself from the minute you start to the minute you end on a 60-minute. And what you're gonna do is 6-minute intervals. And there's certain tasks. But don't worry about it. What I'm going to do is as soon as I get off this call, I'll share it. I'll share it in the group. So, but it literally tells you like, okay, set your alarm for 6 minutes and do this and that. Now you can do this alone, but what I am going to do is do one with my team, which is great because instead of like, like how Sis would have a Zoom with you guys tonight, in one of my Zooms, in lieu of doing that, I'm going to do a power hour. And it's actually great accountability because you actually see them doing what they're supposed to be doing.
We're going to do that next week, guys.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. It's
yes.
early. So all you early 4 a.m. risers, I'm sorry, Patrice. We're going to do it a little earlier. So
yes, it is so much accountability. It keeps you structured. And I'm telling you, for me, it works so well because, when you're so excited and you have so much to do, and it was really hard because it's like, oh my God, I can't answer that message, But the thing is the good thing is throughout your hour that you're building relationships, towards the end of the power hour, if you do have people that respond, is your time to interact. And believe it or not, in that hour, you've gotten so much done, rather than going throughout the whole day thinking about what you want to do and nothing getting done. You know what I'm saying? So so making sure that you plug in and check in. But yes, sis, I'm going to do it with my team. I haven't done it with my team yet. I've only done it by myself. And I usually try to do a power hour every day, and it has helped me so much. I mean, my results have been amazing with it.
Awesome. We're going to do that next week, team. Okay. Another question. How do you, Kim asked, how do you initiate messaging people?
We're taught not to cold message, and you want to establish relationship. I want you to know, even Alina Conley expressed at conference, most of the loyal customers and distributors that she signs are from past relationships. Okay. So, and that will probably be for you. And I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with you, because 9 times out of 10, you won't really get a person that signs with you on the spot. And if you do get a person, it's because they've already been thinking about it. Wouldn't you say, sis? It's because they've already been thinking about it. It's because they have been watching you.
Yeah.
And, they're like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm ready. So my husband's deciding to do dishes while we're on this, I shouldn't complain, right? Because he's doing the dishes. But, so building relationships. So I will tell you this though, if she's asking about when I said to go from A to Z, Kim, if this is what you're asking, I know that I shared this with Sis, and actually she got a loyal customer off of it. But if you have someone that is in your inbox and let's say they asked about one of your posts, okay? One of the things when you go back, it's all in your wording. So what I would say is, hey Stacey, how are you? You look great. Like suppose she posted a picture. You look great. I'm praying that you're well. I was just checking in with you because I was thinking about you and I know that you were so excited to order and try our products, and I am excited to give you my 40% discount and start you on your journey. Now, TC didn't even say the word excited to me, but they're not going to go back and check to see what they said to you. They're just going, it's kind of like when you yawn. When someone yawns, it's a contagious, you know? So what they're going to see is, oh, okay, yeah, I was excited. And I swear I've never messaged that to somebody and gotten a, oh, I wasn't excited. You know, nobody's going to say that to you. They're going to follow what you say to them. So, you know, even when I talk to somebody for loyal customer retention, I always say, so what are you loving about the products? If the people that I sent to Tuesday training tonight with Ronnie, when I talk to them again, I'm going to say, so what did you love about the training? You're already predicting and manifesting that, look, they're going to love this. There's no room for what. Don't say, what did you like? Because most of the time people are too lazy to even think about that. So they're going to think, I don't know, not really. I mean, it's true. It's so sad, but it is. So sometimes you have to give them that boost. And so I really believe in power of the tongue, positivity, what you speak and believe, you know, with faith will manifest. Anything is possible with him, definitely. So that's what I would message. I also have a sample. Sis, is everybody on your team in the 90-day?
I think everybody is. Yeah, I think everybody's in the 90-day.
I will share a post that was really, really awesome for me, and I will share exactly what I tell them when they do message you. So I'll do that. It was a very successful post, and it will help boost interest. So I'll make sure I share that in the 90-day push page. So.
All right. Another question from Patrice. How do you push through all the personal stuff and stay consistent? That's a good question.
Hi, Patrice. Oh, Lord, you would ask me this question. So, you know, it's so funny you asked me this question, Patrice. I personally,
she doesn't look like what she's been through.
Oh, yes. How do I push through the personal? I don't forget what he's done for me. I'm not going to get emotional. I don't forget what he's done for me. And when I remember what he's done for me, there's nothing greater than what he's done for me. So I have to remember that it's bigger than that. Oh my God. I said I wasn't going to cry.
No crying. You got Patrice, girl, stop.
I'm sorry.
You mad?
When you know how good he is, there not only can nobody make you doubt him, no one can make you doubt that whatever you're in, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all good. And it doesn't mean, it's like something happened to me this past weekend. I was a wreck and a half. I literally called Sis. This is how I was. And she just like, and this is what I'm so thankful for, my sister. She's like, Jezel, it's going to work out. And then I'm like, yes, Jezel, you were like places where you should have been dead. You were like, he got you out of that. So nothing is greater than that. When you know that you push through because you know that what he has for you is so much greater than what anybody else can bring you. And I really, really, really believe that. I'm talking about from anything with your kids, an argument with your husband, people that are talking about you, people, because there's always going to be something. And guess what I learned, guys, which is so amazingly powerful, the enemy will come after you when he doesn't have you. So if he's not coming after you, you need to be worried. Okay, you need to welcome it and show the strength that you have in Christ, because it means he doesn't have you. You know, he only messes with you when God has something so amazingly greater. Mm-hmm. That is what I think about, Patrice. That is what I think about, and I'm gonna get you for making me cry.
Girl, I think she made everybody cry. Oh, amen. Anybody else have any questions? Probably not after that one.
Oh my goodness. And go live. Whatever you do, go live. Live is where it's at, guys.
Yeah.
Go live. Push through that fear. You know, if you need someone to be on the live with you, has everybody gone live in this, in your, okay, good. If you no,
Amber.
To go live, if you need to go live and say, Jay, I'm going live, can you please be on the live for support? CC, I'm going live. My husband, CC, I'm going live, can you please be on for support? Go live. And guys, it doesn't even need to be about it works. It can be about anything. It can be because people are nosy. I'm nosy. I want to know about things. People want to know about your life, but live is where it's at, guys. I'm telling you, people will tune in. I was so excited today. This is the most probably viewers that I had ever had on live today, and it was transparency of, you know, my life. You know what I'm saying? So people welcome that. You're more fearful than you think, and sometimes they're not even worrying about. Plus, if they have that much time to say something about you, pray for them, because they need a life, honestly. Seriously. Yeah. So Amber, I'm excited about you going live.
You're going live tomorrow, Amber. We're going to hold you accountable, team.
Yes, and we all will support. We need to support. I'm telling you. And then after she does it, she's going to be like, oh, I love going live. I'm speaking that. Yeah, you're going to go live. You'll do great.
Yeah. Amen. Anybody else have any questions?
And sis, I just want to say one last thing. I wrote this down. What I said to myself so much was, you already know, Jezel, what you, for other people, you already know what giving up feels like, even though I never gave up, but sometimes I felt like, oh my goodness. So why don't you see what happens if you don't?
Hello.
There's nothing you lose at all. No, nothing you lose. So I'm excited about our 90-day push.
Yeah.
It's so
what? Jezel, just to come back to what you said, when you just feel like giving up and you don't, guess what? It's a ripple effect when you give up. What if I gave up? You know, Crystal, you wouldn't be almost chartered for Diamond. You know, Priest, Kim, I mean, come on, Amber, everybody, Latai, everybody who is on, I mean, and we're missing quite a few other people, but it's okay. But guys,
it's a similar story than me. What if you would have given up through all your frustration?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank God you didn't give up. You wouldn't have been able to help and your team learn from you. It's a ripple effect. Definitely.
And it's not about you. Seriously, at the end of the day, it's not about you. And if you don't push for yourself, push for somebody else.
Yes.
You know, and that's more powerful than anything, and God will reward you, you know. So from you who stayed, I mean, we've had so many people quit on this team, you know, quit on themselves. Who cares? You know, that's fine. You guys are still hanging on. Some with a thread. Girl, I was hanging on with a thread too, you know, for years. But, you know, just know that, what if you don't give up? And we're all a testament to that story.
And number one, know you're worthy enough to be more than talk. Know you're worthy enough to be more than talk.
Yeah.
Act. You might surprise yourself. You know, act with intention. Be intentional in everything that you do, because once you do it, it becomes easier. It's so easy to make a plan and not execute. It's so easy to do it But then that's when you have to stand strong, because you know the enemy only needs a little slither in there to say, well, you wrote all that down, Jezel, but you know you're really not going to be able to accomplish that. Are you kidding me? Like you're only, this is what he will tell you. You're only a distributor. You're only an executive. Diamond, are you kidding me? I want you to remember what TC has gone through. I want you to remember that I've made Diamond 3 times. There are no excuses. Honestly, I have no patience. This is the only thing I'm okay without having patience for. I have no tolerance for excuses, because there's really nothing that anybody can bring me to say. I mean, I've been through it all. A sick daughter, kidney failure, a separation, being sick myself. I mean, there's nothing. When you want it badly enough, there's no why not. There's no why. There's only why not go for my why. And honestly, that's where it at. So you can do it. We believe in you. We believe in you. We believe in you, because I'm so thankful that TC, you believed in me. I'm so thankful that Ronnie believes in us.
Yes, girl, yes.
So yeah, you know, mother is just strong and hard sometimes, but
yes.
without we would not be the survivors that we are. Mm-mm. Definitely.
Yeah. All right, guys. Jezel, thank you so much for being on this call. I love you too, guys. I just posted about her. Get on my post and thank her. Let us know what you learned. Also, if you want to go on her Facebook and just thank her, because she takes the time out, to train others. And I'm just so grateful for her. Love you, Jezel. We love you. And thank you so much.
Love you guys. You can do it. I can't wait. Excited to see your lives. Go live.